Welcome back to Backroomconvos. I'm your host, Lesego M, Daddy Waddy Pod, aka Shoot Your Shot, and maybe you might get a chance to call me Daddy Cairo. Listen, if you're a fan of pod, stay tuned because you might like what we're cooking on today's episode. Today's episode, I want us to talk a bit about series, TV series, series. And we are going to talk as well about the DSTV losing 1 billion. 1 billion rands. I almost said $1 billion, but 1 billion rands. We'll talk about that, and we'll also speak. I want us to touch a little bit on why do I keep having one of these filler words, but it's fine. I want us to also talk about Starlink and why Starlink is not yet in South Africa. I might have the answer for you. I don't know how true it is, but I might have the answer for you. How are you, first and foremost? How are you? Are you good? Because I'm good, not in the greatest space ever, but taking it a day at a time, enjoying life, enjoying podcasting. It is what it is, but we move. The song of the day, for those of you, I was listening to this song specifically, personally. I almost said specifically, personally, I was listening to this song today. I was like, God, this really makes sense for us to make it a song of the day. And I think this song, I think it's one of those songs that you have when you are in a road trip or you are going into a road trip. When it's one of those songs that you curate, like whenever you curate a playlist for a road trip, this is one of the songs that I think it makes sense to just have that a part of the playlist that you've created for the trip. You know what I mean? Boys trip, ladies trip, whatever the trip is. I think this song makes sense for you to just have it, So I think then I should let people know, what's the name of the song. So the name of the song is Sengizwile by Mas Musiq featuring Aymos and Young Stunna. Mina Sengizwile. I think I really like the sex on the song. I think it makes more song, and I think even Young Stunna's verse just makes sense. And Amos is a superstar, and I think Fatela is also like a great song. And shout out to Amos, man. He's been doing great things, and and a lot of people were trolling him on the internet because of what the question Kesper asked on the internet. He was saying, someone was asking, it's not Kes, I might be wrong, so you'll help me in the comment section, because I'm not sure if it was Kes who posed the question, but the question went would you rather have a dinner with Kes or have $50,000? People were like, no, 50,000, 50,000. Kesera. So a lot of people were saying Kes, and Amos, about unique. He wanted to be unique there on. So he went the Kes route. He's like, I can take the dinner with Kes. And I do understand to a degree. This is why I say I do understand why Amos would choose that over the 50K. I mean, Amos has a lot of hits, right? Fatela, Sengizwile, My Daddy, and a lot of hits. There's another one where he's featuring Namfundo Mo, where he's featuring here. There's a lot of songs that he has that are popping, and he's been getting gigs because of those popular songs or those trending songs. So he's making bank. So he does that maybe in a night, a 50K. So it doesn't really make sense for him. But I think if he was taking the dinner because of the knowledge that Kes has, he's been doing this for over 10 years now. So the knowledge or the wisdom that he has over what Amos's knowledge in the industry is not the same, obviously. I think that might be the reason why Amos might take the dinner with Kes. I think even I, if I was in the position where the Amos position, I would rather take the dinner with Kes over the 50K. But I don't know, because I also understand, except for I do like money, I do love, So I don't know if I'd ever choose dinner. I'll choose dinner over cash, So for me, I think, and again, I think with my experience as well, like, not taking away anything from what Aymos has to say for himself, I'm saying to me, I like money, and I realize with like the challenges that come and like how I've been able to maneuver around certain situation or predicaments. It's because I had to be there, I had to be present in the moment. And sometimes maybe I'm not the one person, Oti. I learn from others. I like to be in the process where I learn, I get bent. And to have that first experience is the right way. So to have that first-hand experience of how it feels, how the fire feels, it for me makes more sense than just hearing from someone else. And it's good, it works for some, it doesn't work for others. To each their own. You know what I mean? So for me, I don't think it would ever work for me to take that route, So I always want to get bent, get frustrated, and in the process I'm learning, because that's how sometimes I feel like I'm able to consume so much knowledge. It's because I'm present in the process of everything that I'm trying to achieve or I'm trying to learn. You know what I mean? So yeah, do let us know what you think on the comment section about the episode we just started, and I'm already asking you guys, are you in a good mood today? It's a Friday, obviously a lot of you are in a good mood. So the next episode that we'll be dropping, it'll be on Monday afternoon. So yeah, get into it. I'm going to share with you a story of why I thought yesterday, this episode, by the way, was supposed to be dropped on Thursday, and I know like I've been consistent in like the days that I've been dropping all these episodes, but this particular episode was supposed to be dropped yesterday, but I couldn't drop it yesterday, which is Thursday. Today it's Friday the 17th, and it was supposed to drop on the 16th, but it didn't happen. And the reason it didn't happen, I procrastinated, of course. It happens, but it is what it is. I'm still on the route to 100 episodes before we can have the visuals. So we still in the route. This would be the 46th episode. It's been a journey, demanding. Yes, of course, it has been demanding. In a lot of ways, it has been demanding. So I would like us, without wasting any time, to talk about the reason I want us to talk about series, and we might even include it on our daily segments. Series. On YouTube, I was chilling on YouTube Wednesday night, and I keep on seeing this thing popping up about Suit. The series called Suit. It keeps on popping up, and like this one guy keeps on like dropping gems left, right, and center. His name is Harvey in the show. Harvey Spectra, if I'm not mistaken. He keeps on dropping so much gems in the show, and I'm like, alright, I'm sold. Let me just start the one episode, maybe 2 episodes, just to gauge, the feel of the episode and the flow and everything. I'm like, let me just, binge one, and I binged one. Guess what? That series was very nice, man. I ended up watching something like 10 episodes. On the Wednesday. I think on the Wednesday, I wasn't feeling well on Wednesday. I'm sure for people who listen to the Wednesday episode, they could tell from like the voice, I wasn't feeling well. So, I was speaking to somebody, a friend. I was speaking to a friend by the name of Priscilla, and like talking night, and she was taking a study break. We spoke for like 3 hours, and I think we were done around 2:30. So 2:30, I took a break, then slept. When I woke up in the morning, like 80 hours, I'm not sure of the time, but when I woke up on the 80 hours, started binging that show. I'm like, alright, first episode, I'm on it. I watch. Some of the snippets, obviously, that were posted on TikTok are from the first episode that they were sending people on. And I'm like, maybe they might be sending people, and it's an hour. I'm like, hooked at that point. I'm like, I'm really hooked on this. And I'm like, alright, let's bump second episode. And I bump second. And there's one shot there, the Prince Harry's Shandy's there, Prince Harry's ex-wife there. what's what Marco, Prince Harry's wife. Yeah, Prince Harry. Is it Prince Harry? The Jew wife, Harry. I'm googling. That's why I keep on repeating. Oh, it's Meghan Markle. Yes, Meghan Markle is a part of that. And you know what I found annoying about that? It's, well, don't get it twisted. The show is still an amazing show. I don't want for you guys to get it twisted. It's an amazing show for someone who's looking for a series to watch, and you are very into business or law, in any of those fields that I just mentioned. I think you'd find that to be very interesting. I think it resonated with me because a lot of the things they were talking about, they really made sense, and I could see oh, okay, this is how people, I'm just fascinated about the people. Same applies with Billions, and we are going to talk about the show Billions. The same applies with how the people talk, the references. I just like how certain things are being referenced and how smart people are, and how, I just like a lot. So I said, back to Meghan Markle. I was looking at her role, her character rather. I was looking at her character, and he happens to fall with Justin. Is it Justin? Yeah, Justin. He happens to fall in love with the guy called Justin either. But they don't talk about it on the few episodes. Those 9 episodes, they don't. But they keep on going out, splitting, He gets angry, and there was a point where in the show, I think it's the 9th episode. I'm sorry to spoil it for you people who are listening to the episode, to this episode, to spoil it for you. But there was an episode where Meghan Markle was being grilled, and she was being grilled because they had a fake trial, so they were picking people who were who need to go against, see me versus who, McG, me versus, it was me versus McG versus Penwell versus, Smooth, that type of a competition, and you had to beat that person and that child, so they gave you time to prepare. And I look at it in that episode, and I'm like, there's no way that Meghan is gonna do it, because I think they've avoided a couple of cases that were being avoided in the show. And I'm like, I understand why these cases are being avoided. It's maybe Meghan Markle didn't want a case because he's married to Prince Harry, the Duke of Sussex, which is the British royal family, for people who don't know. I'm like, there's no way she's going to kiss dude. So I hate the suspense because I kind of know Meghan is not gonna initiate the kiss or kiss the dude because of the role as the queen. Is she the queen or the princess of sex, British royal family? I think because of that, I was annoyed. I was I know it's not gonna happen, and I keep on convincing myself with this should happen, but it doesn't. At the back of my mind, I'm like, now it starts to annoy me because I know it's not gonna happen, but I wish that that couple really makes sense. It really makes sense, and they look good together. Justin and Meghan Markle, they look good together. The characters, they killed it. I'm in love with the show. I'm hooked because of that. And that's just one thing that I really didn't like, but I think having that dynamic within the show, it just shows you how tuned I am with the show, and my expectation is I want to see this on the next episode. I think a lot of the series that I've loved over the years, it's because they always had that one factor, that gripping power to say, okay, I'm pulling in to fall in love with this character. Same applies with when I was watching Power. I watched the entire Power, the Tariq Shandis as well, the Tariq segment. I watched it. I watched even the white boy Shandis as well. I watched his episodes as well. Tommy Egan. I watched his Shandis as well. It's nice, dog. It's very, very nice. And I was in tune with it. And I was every episode, I need to watch it each and every Sunday. Because in South Africa, I think the episode was dropping Saturday. I'm not sure, but it was dropping around Saturday, Sunday. So I would catch those episodes. I was like, I'm not going to wait for those episodes to like stack up. I'm in week in, week out. I'm watching that, and I really enjoyed watching that. And I think a perfect show. I think even 50 Cent has an idea of how to curate a good show, because he did a great job. Even with the show that featured Kendrick Lamar, I don't know if a lot of people watched that. Even that show, 50 did like good. Yeah, apparently 50 does great in all these like gangster movies. I don't know like why that is the case, or the people who are assisting him or working with him, they just provide like great script and they kill it, and a lot of those shows I really did enjoy, listening to or watching. I almost said listening, I did say listening, but watching those shows I really enjoyed. For those of you who just joined us on the line, I am your host, Lesego M, aka Shoot Your Shot, and maybe you might get a chance to call me Daddy Like Cairo. Listen, if you are a fan of sport, stay tuned, because you might like what we're cooking on today's episode. The song of the day is Sengizwile, My Darling, by Mas Musiq featuring Aymos and Young Stunna. An amazing song I did mention earlier on the show that I enjoyed. So it's giving road trip vibes, so I really like the show. If you haven't subscribed, followed or rated the show, please do that, so you can get a notification for each and every time we drop a new episode. Let's meet after the break. Cheers. Welcome back to Backroomconvo. I'm your host, Lesego M, aka Shoot Your Shot, and maybe you might get a chance to call me Daddy Like Cairo. How's your day? Cause mine, I don't know. I'm in between, man. I'm just leaving. I don't know if I'm going or coming or like, I don't know. But I'm just in the 8. You know what I mean? I'm just in the 8. I'm just leaving 8, But it is what it is, man. Like, we're just here to live, man. Like, adulthood is not nice, man. It's not nice. Yeah. It's not nice. Being independent is not nice. But yeah, our wives have to get married to like the richest husbands and the queen of. They want to be passenger princess. It's our job. It's our job to be providers. So we can't. Even when we want to procrastinate, we can't. Yeah, for those of you who just joined us on the line, I did say on the first segment that the song of the day is Sengizwile, My Darling by Mas Musiq featuring Aymos and Young Stunna. It's an amazing song. It's giving road trip vibes. If you are the one curating a playlist for the road trip, I think this is the song that you need to have in there. Shout out to Aymos, man. He's doing great. Young Stunna, I mean, Young Stunna is the voice, bro. Young Stunna is the voice. It's the voice of piano, bro. Like, I think a lot of people resonate with what Young Stunna does and a lot of the voices that he speaks about. He's so in tune, man. Like, he's so in tune with everything. I think that's why a lot of people really like Young Stunna, because he's content. What he says in that, I don't like the rap Young Stunna. I listen to the song, I was like, I don't know, I'm not the head. I know something about rap or two, but I'm not the expert here. But I don't really enjoy your music in rap, So yeah, I didn't really enjoy the stuff that he put out as far as like rap is concerned. I was like, no, stick to Amapiano, bro, and take it to the world. And I've been enjoying every song that Young Stunna does. The verse where he comes in, bro, he kills it. Nana Tula, the verse where he comes in Nana Tula, the one that Kapzari, not the original Nana Tula. Not that original. That's the one that Caps are released in the album Conga. In that album Conga. The Nanatula in that verse. That song is also like a road trip song. It's giving a road trip. You should also add that into like the road trip vibe. I know it's a weekend. Some of us are going to drink. Some of us are going to, church, and like some of us are going home from varsity. Some of us just finished writing exams, and there's just a lot going on, man. And all the best to everybody. Be safe on the roads. Shout out to everybody that wrote the exams, and I hope they wrote well. But it is what it is. Yeah, we're at it. Before we went on a break, we were talking about the series that I watched, over the I almost said weekend. It's not the weekend, on Wednesday. So Wednesday, I saw something on TikTok pop up about Suits, the series, and I went on to pop it just to give you, a young yana for the people who didn't come on the first segment, who are not there in the first segment. I did say, Uguti, the backstory, you can get it on the first segment. And I said, Uguti, TikTok, it plays that story. And I was like looking at it, and I was like, I'm sold. I think I'm going to go out and watch the series. And I eventually went out to watch the series. It was supposed to be one episode, but I ended up watching something like 9-10 episodes. Very nice. I spoke about Meghan Markle on that. She killed it, but I hate the fact that we know so much about her, that we know some of the things she is not able to do in the show, like the cases in that were like long awaited. We want that to happen, but it can't happen because now he's married to the prince. He's married to the prince of the British royal family. So I was like, I kind of don't like that for the show, because we know so much about her, and like I don't think he'd put his family or the name in jeopardy by just kissing anybody in the show. So yeah, that's my take on it. Let's take any show that I want us to talk about. Alright guys, I want billions. Billions, that's where it is. Like at this point, I think they have similar feels. They have similar feels as to what I like in both shows, and the characters and the execution, perfect. I think the greatest shows, in my opinion, of all time that I like, I just put Billions. I'll put Billions first. I'll put Power, the entire enterprise, like every show, every episode, I think I'd put that second. I'd put Suits third, because wow guys, like this is like, I've had the best time watching all these series. And I even remember I loved the one where we had Spencer James. That one I really loved it as well. There was the one there that Dwayne Johnson was a part of, who was like a sports agent. That one I would put number 5. I also enjoyed that one. But I want us to talk about, the Billions. My favorite character on Billions has to be Bobby Exlorad. I think that guy is it. Even the guy who was trying to be him or replace him, I felt him. I was like, oh, hey, we do have the mindset and everything. Hey, but Bobby Exlorad is something else. Exlorad, X Corporation. I think for me it used to get harder when there was Bobby Exlorad. Now I get and I see with like there's this guy, and I'm not sure if I really like the guy. I'm like, yeah, he killed it. Now I even forgot his name. That's how like I'm not in tune with it. I'm like, he's nice, but it's Bobby Exlorad, the X Factor. Oh, did you get the pun intended, by the way? So I really like Billions when Bobby, and I know now for people who started watching Power again, I know they are bringing him back episode by episode, and he's making moves. I'm like, come on now guys, come on, we can't. You are wasting time. You know what I mean? We are wasting time. I think we need to go back to like, I get the fact that they wanted to give show like dynamic to the emotional roller coasters. They wanted to take you through it, and I was like, yeah, I went through enough. With like the saga with Bobby Exlorad. I think now I'm ready for him to come back on the show. You know what I mean? And I think Bobby, great actor, killed the character. Everybody is killing characters in those shows, man. I really enjoyed, and yeah. So again, I saw, as I was saying, Wuti, I was like, this week I was on the internet, and I'm using all this content to give you guys. I saw that he was saying something about the DSTV losing over 1 billion rand. DSTV lost about 1 billion rand, and they are consistently fighting at this point to keep the company afloat. 1 billion is a lot of money, guys, And they said something, they released a statement about we are going to bring it back, and how we bring it back is, they're using Showmax as a way to bring back viewers to like DSTV. And people were like, I think DSTV is gone. Why would I want to pay 300 rands overpaying uncapped Wi-Fi? Because what I can get on DSTV, I can get it even better in the world, And I'm like, well, smack, because we do have a lot of shows that are so great, and Moja Love and stuff. But Tolani, we knew them because of that, you know what I mean? They had a lot of lovely shows, and I'm like, well, I think at this point it calls for independency for every curator, for every entrepreneur, business owner, whatever you make. I think it's at the point where it shows us. I think DSTV is a sign that we need to stand independent. Build platforms similar to YouTube, but use YouTube to push some of the content that we have, and try being independent in our own way. I think for me that really makes sense, to see with DSTV's money because of platforms like TikTok, platforms like YouTube, because a lot of people now are on those platforms. The trends, the TikTok trends, the music video, and everything. Now we are more in love with content creators over people who act on TV. We do watch it, but it's more like so everybody now is on the internet. They have their favorite. They have their favorite curators in there, and I'm like, yeah, this is actually dope. And it does make sense when people say, would you rather buy uncapped Wi-Fi or pay DSTV? And a lot of people were saying, DSTV is the pit. We are not gonna pay that, And talking about pits, guys, I'm going off topic here. People are complaining about my mind, especially the guy, I don't remember the one, is it the petty guy, was saying, no, my mind is overrated. The mind is overrated. The meat is not nice, the music and what. They were bashing it. And Taki also was saying that my mind is just peer pressure. There's nothing nice over there. The meat is just average. Understand? It's just music, just chilling, and it's just overrated. And I was like, oh, okay. I've never been to my mind, by the way. I've known where my mind is, but I've never really been to my mind or ate about my mind. I know a lot of you majority of you have stayed in Mabuding. And when I was instilled in Mabuding, I never had it in me with it. Let me just take a walk and go and eat to my mind. I never had that in me because I'm like, why are we going to my mind, right? I never had the burning desire to go there and, because for me, I think food is just food, man. Food is food. Yeah, I'm not choosy at the end of the day, you know what I mean? So, but I get people who are like, it's overrated, content creators were like, it's overrated. Taffy and that other guy, I forgot his name. They were saying that. I was like, okay, no, I get you. I get you were saying that. And yeah. So back to the show. Yeah, DSTV lost that 1 billion. I think it calls for us to be dependent and create more platform where curators can, South African basically. Because now I think we are in the forefront of trends when it comes to a lot of things. A lot of the things that are happening in the internet. We are in the forefront. I don't know if you guys agree that we are in the forefront, because now the streaming challenge of which Ndima Katimu and Saren Luigi, they were saying, and I was speaking to someone who's my housemate. She was like, Cindy children. And I was like, oh, okay, well, it is what it is. Cindy Makatin takes it. Yeah, Cindy takes it. And yeah, a lot of those trends that are making, a lot of the videos that are making the trends in the internet, majority of them, I don't know if it's algorithm showing me local videos, but I believe what's even in the world, we are doing great. And because of the music, and we were able to package it with dance and everything that's happening, and generally, South Africa is in the forefront. I think if we can shape everything and buzz it up and maybe find a platform where we can say, when I hear we are raising and growing South African content specifically, that is not a correlation with Umoja Love and situations like Polana situation tend to happen because it doesn't have power that right of the show, you know what I mean? That's why I'd say it requires that level of independence for you to take certain decisions about the things that you want to do with what you own, you know what I mean? So nobody can tell you you are fired, or if that is your show, your own rights to it, and if you want to sell it internationally, you still make money from it. And I think I was listening to an executive producer of a certain TV show. He was talking about how this, it happens, how you can sell a show and how you make money as a producer, so how these things are being sold internationally to make money. He was talking, I don't remember who's the person, he was talking about crowding training and the entire saga of buying the bold and the beautiful, the show international shows and them locally. They were talking about that. I think that's when it popped up, Yeah, but moving right along, I want us to even talk about Starlink. The reason that we are talking about Starlink, I did see the Starlink, a gentleman in Botswana, a Boer gentleman in Botswana, got the access to Starlink, and he was, unboxing the Starlink, connecting the dish, was finding network. And I headed over to the comment section, and people in Zambia and surrounding African countries are saying it's slow, it's doing this, it's doing that. And there was one specific comment that stood out for me, which spoke about Starlink, we would see the Wi-Fi, Starlink the Wi-Fi, which belongs to also Elon Musk. Shout out to Elon Musk, by the way. They were saying, it's slow, it's not doing the work. And I'm like, oh, okay. So why don't we have that in South Africa? You are asking me. So the answer is to that. I don't know how true it is. I'll just say allegedly, because I don't know how true it is. So allegedly, Elon Musk doesn't want to give the BEE to South Africa. I don't know, it's a BEE policy to South Africa. So South Africa doesn't have access to it because Elon doesn't want to give it to South Africa or sell it to South Africa. I don't know how the laws work around that, but I'm sure in the show you can recommend someone we can have who's an expert in that field or is native and has more information than I have about this particular topic. You know what I mean? So I'm open to having more guests to talk about the BEE policy, installing the situation around Elon Musk, and and how people in Botswana are getting it and using it, and it's working pretty much fine, because I saw the unboxing and the gentleman was more happier than the wife. So that's a comment. There was one comment who said that, and I got to read it. Yeah, so for those of you who just joined us on the line, I am your host, Lesego M, Daddy Report, aka Shoot Your Shot, and maybe you might get a chance to call me Daddy Nakado. The song of the day, you ask yourself, the song of the day is Sengizwile My Daddy by Mas Musiq, featuring Aymos and Young Stunna, an amazing song. We did touch upon, we did speak about Young Stunna on the show, Aymos and Mas Musiq. Mas Musiq is still humble, guys. I saw the other video the other day. He was painting where he grew up, and he was doing the house, and I was like, oh, this is really dope, man. It shows. And even it's not my original comment, but someone said, yeah, it's good to see these big artists do that on their homes and building family cribs with the money that they make from the music that they put out to the world. And shout out to him, man. Shout out to Mas Musiq, man. Yeah, so I want us to move on. We've reached the end of the episode. I really enjoyed the 30 minutes with you, or 32 minutes with you guys. So the song of the day, as I said, it's Sengizwile My Daddy. For the moment you've been waiting for, the book of the day is Crush It by Gary Vee. It was released 2009, I believe, with the book by Sam Sinek. Is it Sam Sinek? The same book, because Simon Sinek and Gary Vee, they're competitive. They're competition. They are competing. So they released books in the same year in 2009. I was like, oh, that's very interesting. So these guys are competitors, and they're releasing books, and and I respect Gary Vee because he also spoke about the competition part of it, and he said Simon also spoke about it, and I was like, oh, these guys, I really do respect them. So the book of the day is Crush It by Gary Vee. Crush It. Why now, you ask? Why now? Oh, it says now is the right time to cash in on your passion by Gary. I said very. I almost said very Vaynerchuk. It's by Gary Vaynerchuk. It's Crush It. Why cash in on your passion now by Gary Vaynerchuk. Yes, thank you for being with me for the past 34 minutes, man. This is episode 46, man. Tell me what you think of it, man. Are you enjoying? Do you think I'm growing? Do I need to do more research? Do let me know in the comment sections. I am your host, Lesego M, Daddy Waddy Pod, aka Shoot Your Shot, and maybe you might get a chance to call me Daddy like Cairo. Listen up, if you are a fan of sports, stay tuned, man, because you might like what we have on the house for you. Let's meet on another episode on Monday morning. Have a lovely weekend and stay safe. Cheers.